as we approach 2027, so many firecracker, there has been, several attacks against the person of Peter Obi. But as far as 2027 is concerned, the bigger issues, the bigger problem, whether against the Peter Obi's presidency or against the collective Sada agenda that the South must complete their 8 years at the North. And this is what Tinubu has launched against them. We all know that the continuous registers voter scheme will start in the coming days. And Tinubu has said, we will only do a sophisticated verification biometric system registration. That you cannot register cow, you cannot register goats, you cannot register underage kids in the North. And ever since that pronouncement has been made, we can see that the northern leaders, they have been crying, shedding tears. In fact, the Sanusi went on board yesterday to call out some people in the government that thieves should not be allowed in the corridors of power, that most of the people that we have in government today are not properly brought up. They do not have good home training. You see, the North become freedom fighters. They become very vocal whenever they are out of power. Everything that is wrong with Nigeria as at that time, their eyes become very clear. They become laser sharp. They become the best political analysts that you can have in this, this unimaginable contraption called Nigeria. Because what we know is the North, why they think they are the most powerful when it comes to Nigerian politics, because they see themselves as having that voting bloc. They think, or they know, because they have never been challenged. Yes, they have never been challenged by any president that these voters that come from the North is too unrealistic. The last time that we saw the voting coming from the North, most especially the KKK state, in 2007, we know what the KKK state gave Umar Yar'Adua, even though it was rigged. Yeah, just the KKK state flooded about 10 southern states. As of 2011, okay, the KKK state, what they gave Buhari was nothing less than 6 million. So, in the past, you hear that Buhari has a what we call a reserve voting block of 15 million voters. These are the things Tinubu has said. Damn the North. Damn you guys. We will demystify that millions of voting block you guys have always claimed you have in the North. And this is coming at just some weeks after the demise of Buhari. I made a content some weeks ago, I think just a day after Buhari was buried, because that was the time Bayo Onanuga started the attack. He unleashed it. Bayo Onanuga, this is a man who talks. He talks much, so most times you will know what they are planning within the Aso Villa, and Bayo Onanuga somehow will be the one that will just expose it, giving you an hint. That time he said, Buhari wasn't the one that made Tinubu the president. If the North will not accept that Tinubu was the one that made Buhari the president, that despite the fact that Buhari had some presumed or some assumed 50 million voters, which are what readily available, that it was still the 3 million or 4 million voters of Tinubu or Tinubu governors for Buhari in 2014 to 15 that made him the president. So this agenda that did not started attacking Onanuga that he should keep quiet, that these people are ingrates, that Yorubas are betrayers, that is why they did not call them Yaribas, that they are betrayers, they are cunning, that they can never be trustworthy, and for this reason, they will do everything that the Yorubas must leave Aso Villa come 2027, and they will put him back their brother Atiku. These were the things the Tinubu camp saw. Okay, the foundation of these lies, right? Now, because of the fake large population, nothing say una get, we will unleash technology to demystify the real people. Now they are planning to link NIN with all voters register. So that you think you have a voter registration card, PVC, since 2019. Maybe at that time you were 12. Today, if you are not 18, they what? They will deregister it. Boom. Okay? So those that have PVC will have to do some level of re-verification. It's as simple as that. So what they want to do is, you with a PVC, even if now old PVC, because PVC does not expire. Does it? I don't think it expires. I think that's the only federal government ID that is issued that I feel does not expire. But there will always be some form of re-verification that will be done on it to ensure that you are not dead, or you are not dead. Some people are not using it. So this is what Tinubu wants, and their agenda is take it to the north, checkmate these guys. Some people, as at 2023, they already got PVC, and they are just 14 years. Some of them are 12 years. I mean, we saw these children in the north that time, that it went viral that how can this small boy, and then some people, the police. I remember the police, this man that has now become deputy commissioner of police, DCP Muiwa, who is the PPR of police as at, I mean, that period. He said that we must understand that the growth rate of the north is not the same as the south. They were justifying it that time. That people were saying, this boy cannot be more than 10 years old. How come he's on the voting line? They say that some people are not gifted with height, that some people are just, malnourished. That, well, you cannot, if someone has a PVC and if you ask him, if you tell you he's 18, do you want to go and cut it down? Those were the agenda Tinubu and his cohorts used then. And they got those votes. Because we know Tinubu won the North overwhelmingly. Because the North was what gave him that election 2023. Now, when Tinubu has now turned his back on the North, and the North has turned their back on Tinubu, everybody is going into what we call the Xpose fiasco. Now Tinubu has said, we will unleash technology on you people. Now we know wetin we do take win. That same thing, you will not use it for my own adversaries, which is Atiku. Instead of you to go and use those young children for Atiku, we will link everything with NIN and PVC. And guess who is in the NIMC agency? A Yoruba lady. I mean, so you can understand that how the North will not stop crying is the agenda of Tinubu till 2027. How the North will continue to lament, how they will continue to be in tears, how the North will finally be demystified and reduced and feel like every other Nigerians, that, listen, for the future elections, you go humble. Stop having that mentality that it is the North that has the largest population. I will categorically tell you that in the South, we have more people in the South than in the North. I swear to God. I know, for sure. Because when you look at the insecurity data, the number of people that have been kpai since 2008, 2009, we check the population displacement. If you look at it, the level of emigration into neighboring countries in that Nigeria of today, then you should know that the southern Nigeria, if Nigeria is 200 million people, the southern Nigeria, which is excluding Middle Belt, okay, has more population than the Connaught. But when it comes to voting period, all of a sudden, you will see, trailer load of votes coming from the Connaught. Trailer loads of load coming from the Connaught. And these are the things. Tinubu used that to win election in 2023. He used it. But Babana, guy man, you know what they call guy man? A man where you go use your head, come dump you. The way he did with Verify. Boom. He has used them. Now he is investing billions, bringing machines. They've instructed that lady in the NIMC, Oga, link all PVCs with NIN. I mean, how do you want to escape it? You want to go and do NIN? You want to go and do NIN? As at 2023, you were just 13 years old. They gave you PVC. They used you to rig election because you are a Northern Aboki boy. Come 2027, you are just maybe 17 years. Then they now told you, bring your PVC. If your PVC is not verified, your PVC will not be activated. That your PVC will not be able to, you won't be able to use it to vote come 2027. These things the Northern elite have said, hey, Chineke, oh boy, because a lot of the Northern kids, underage children, will not be able to go. They won't be able to go to that PVC on that election day and say they want to tell their PVC and vote. But when it gets there, it will tell them what? Deactivated. And anybody their PVC is deactivated, no vote for you. Period. You can see with that one alone, I can guarantee you that Tinubu will be able to take away. Maybe they are of course they are fake. They are fake because when you are told to bring your PVC, come and link your NIN, and you reject, you say you are not going to do that, it's because you do not have NIN. All right? So you go and link it. You say no. Oh yeah, after you link, because it is when you take your PVC, you confirm your NIN, give us your NIN. They put it, you have to bring out your name that corresponds with your PVC and your picture. They will look at the date on your NIN. They'll say, okay, on your NIN, you're 1999. But on your PVC, you're 1990. Sure. Boom. That's it. They will break that and then register you. They'll tell you are not yet of age to get the PVC. Go. And that is why you must understand that even before 2027, I suspect that Tinubu will sack Professor Mahmoud Yakubu. He doesn't want to do that now because it will be too loud and suspicious. You have to see that you, as a southern person, like I said, whether you want Obio, like I do, to become the president, or you are that kind of a person that if Obi does not get it, then let Bulaba finish the 8 years of southern presidency. Then you must support this sort of agenda of Tinubu against the North. Why do you think the North are unyielding to Peter Obi's request? A man who had to come out publicly with his hand raised and said that, I swear to God, I will not do more than 4 years. What do you think Obi is doing? Obi is swearing to the North to tell Atiku, oh yeah, okay, step down. Let this young man go. He has said he will not do more than 4 years. After all, we still no behave. You don't actually what? Dry all clothes in the sun. Because you cannot use all your mouth to say all the things in your head and your heart. Sometimes you have to speak in parables. And what Obi did with that tweet was in parable, a message to Atiku. Ordinarily, I've always said, why can't Obi just come out and openly say that, Oga Atiku, please step down? But I know Obi has more wisdom than I do. Okay? Though he said those things in form of parable, and we can see how the North, they've launched attack on him, telling him, Oga, you cannot spend more than 4 years. You must do primaries. You must do primaries. Okay, me as a Southerner, if they are going against Obi, a man who is trying to be sincere, telling them what he would do, okay, and they don't want to believe him, it is because they believe that they are the ones that elect whoever they wants to be in that position. It's because they have that mindset, okay? They have that mentality that they are the ones that have that voting block that decides who becomes the president. And this is why you see me, I am propagating this new agenda of Tinubu to demystify the real voters' numbers in the North. By linking NI to PVC, let us unleash the real identity of those voting, their real age, everything in the North. Let us unleash it. Boom. When all these things are done, bang, 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 we go come know, hey, those things, those videos, then as I 2023, those small children. Because I know most of them, whether be 12, 11, 10. But in the south, we see a 13-year-old child. A 13-year-old child will have grown so big. Some of them already has a beard. A 13-year-old boy sometimes can be as tall as I am. A 13-year-old girl will have big chest. You think she's even married. Okay? So, but we don't do that down here in the south. We don't mostly do that. But you see, I remember when I was still serving, you see that time? I was around 2012, 2013. We were just preparing for the presidential election wherein Jonathan was kicked out. I served in Lapai in Niger State. I remember vividly when I went for that 2012 when we were doing the voter registration. I remember children. Now their mama go bring them, register this one for me. Oh. And initially we were resisting that no, this boy cannot be. How old are you? We ask the boy. We tell you, yeah, come and write a complete sentence if you know you're 18. The boy cannot even write cat, C-A-T, cat. We asked him, how old are you? The boy, the woman just said, they now went to call their local village chief. The local village chief came with yandabas. They call them Omota area boys. Those ones had dagger, they have all these, all those curved knives around their neck. And they were like, what's going on? What's happening? They were speaking outside, I understand outside. Nobody asked me. Immediately, I comported and I did what I needed to do. All those children, that day, I swear to God, I registered nothing less than 100 underage. How could I? How could I? The police that went with me does not have a gun. Yes, they gave him a semo and okra soup. He sat under the tree, he was eating. Oh, so you expect me to go and buy in the north, in a deep forest in Niger, Lapai? That Lapai today has been taken over by bandits, as I'm telling you. So you see what I mean? That those are the things Tinubu wants to demystify. Yes, he might want to do it for his own personal gain, right? He might want to do it for his own selfish interest. But I mean, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. We were all taught this simple ideology in our primary school. If Tinubu will begin to demystify the Northerners, why they think they are the whole all-knowing, all-powerful, the deciding factor, element, nobody can challenge them in this country, and Tinubu has come to leak. It has never happened before where they will leak NIN and PVC. It has never happened. The last time that they did NIN and linking was with passports. And everybody started linking their passport with NIN. They started exposing people that have lied in their NIN, or some people that have lied in their international passports. I could remember then some of my friends had to go to the NIN office to go and update or reduce their age because they wanted, some of them reduced their age in their passport. Okay, so they had to find a way to go and either get a passport that will show their real age, but somehow that thing became so tedious. So some of them who were looking for opportunity, they missed out because of the lies. So this is what they would probably do. Tinubu will probably do. Link NIN with PVC. NIN does not expire. PVC does not expire. Link them together. Wham! And you can see that the North will continue to cry with this new initiative. It is a brutal strike. When you mean fatal blow, boom, for face, this is it on the northern voting blocks. Well, let's listen to the lamentation of Sanusi, the Emir of Kano State.
Muritala dismissed over 10,000 public officials in a sweeping anti-corruption purge and enacted the Corrupt Practices Decree number 38. 50 years later, Nigeria ranks for 145th out of 180 on Transparency International's 2024 Corruption Perceptions Index. What lessons from his style do you think we could learn a glimpse on anti-corruption work and can still work in today's Nigeria?
I think what's failed
and what
in
do
this
you think has failed?
Upbringing. The truth is many people that you have in public office today were simply not well brought up. When I was in King's College in Form 1 and Form 2, we had a class called Civics. And Civics was taught by the principal of King's College himself, RSG Agibukema. So from a very young age, you taught certain values. You taught the importance of honesty and integrity. You taught the importance of human rights. You know it's important to leave a good name. You know that when you go into public office, it's an opportunity to serve. You don't go into public office in order to make money. Now, many of the people that have assumed office since then simply did not have that upbringing. They did not have that training. And many people go into government for the wrong reasons. You do not go into government to make money. If you want to make money, you become a businessman. Aliko Dangote is the richest man in Africa. He has never been a commissioner or a governor or a minister. So I think the entire value system of the country has been eroded. We have been ruled by people who have no values, people who come from, they have no names behind them, and they have no desire to leave a name after them. These are people who define themselves by what they own, how many houses they have, how many private jets they have, how many billions they have in bank accounts. And they think that is something. It is not important to them that people look at them and they only see thieves. They see criminals. They see people who have taken away the Commonwealth. It is simply not important because for them, the values do not matter. So I think we need an entire regeneration of values. It is not about one person. The president or the governor or a minister cannot on his own change this country. But I mean, look at our religious leaders, how they've become. They've also they've become sycophants. They've become praise singers for money. Traditional rulers have lost it. Everybody seems to have jumped on this bandwagon where money seems to be an end in itself. And unfortunately, a society in which material wealth, no matter how you get it, is respected, is glorified, where people who are known to have stolen money get rewarded with ministerial appointments, with senatorial appointments, that society will continue to reproduce itself. We do not have any, we don't have a sense of disgust for people who hold public office and amass wealth. We reward them with appointments, with more public office and more opportunities to amass wealth. And this is what Nigeria has become. Could it have been addressed by one man? I don't think so. Can it be addressed by 100 men? I don't think so. I think as parents, as citizens, we are all responsible. As leaders, we are all responsible. We have to continue stressing the importance of values, the importance of a sense of what is important.